Welcome back to the 2013 Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run. We are about 3 hours, 22 minutes into the full marathon, and we've already had several full marathoners cross the finish line. In fact, Brian James is with one of them right now.
Thank you, Pam, and we are here at the finish line of the 5th annual Brian Mickelsen run today. Joining us, number 31, Tim from Cottonwood, first place in the male division for the full marathon. Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you.
And, how was the course out there, first of all?
It was a fun course. It was pretty tough, a lot of hills and rough roads, but that made it fun.
Too warm for you?
Not too bad.
You live in Cottonwood. See, some of the Flagstaff people say, it's a little on the warm side, but yeah. Cottonwood, they can handle the heat.
Yeah, it's getting a little warm right now, but started early enough that it stayed pretty cool most of the time.
Yeah, took off at 6 a.m. this morning, and do you remember your time?
About 3:12.
Congratulations again. First place male winner here at the Brian Mickelsen Marathon. And, this is, you're from Cottonwood, but this is your first experience in the marathon. Your overall thoughts on the run?
It was good. I had a good time there today.
Good. How much training do you do? How much running do you do in a week, say mile-wise?
Usually run about 3 days a week, maybe 30 miles at most.
Okay, that's a lot of running, and you do a few races a year. You said you try to at least get 2 marathons in a year. Do you know what your next race will be?
Not quite. I'm thinking of doing a 50-miler in Leadville, Colorado in July. But other than that, I've got nothing planned.
50 miles all on pavement, all running, no bike or triathlon type?
It's mostly all trails, all running.
All trails at that. All right. Well, let us know about that. That sounds pretty exciting, and we hope that you'll be back to defend your title next year at the 6th annual event. Again, Tim from Cottonwood, number 31, first place in the male division in the full marathon today.
Congratulations, Tim. Thanks, Brian. We love talking to everybody that's taking part in the Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run, and it's pretty inspiring. Tim, this is his first marathon here in Cottonwood, obviously trains well and does well, but it makes you remember and reminds us how proud Brian Mickelsen himself would have been of this event. Brian, again, let us remind you, was the city manager here in Cottonwood and an avid runner, and on a run on August 18th, 2007 out on Bill Gray Road, he had a heart attack and we lost Brian. This event was originally named the Mingus Verde Blowout, ran that way for 17 years. It was renamed after Brian because of his love for running, and his family, his wife Lynn and his kids Kai and Dane, have always been participating in the run, and the boys were out of state this year. Lynn is here. She ran the 2-miler, and we are always proud to be involved with something as meaningful as the Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run, and we all believe that Brian would be very proud of the way Cottonwood and everybody that participates, the running community, appreciates this run. We want to remind everybody that's watching this. You will of course be watching it after the fact, but we appreciate all of the efforts that the City of Cottonwood, the Parks and Rec Department, goes to making this such a huge success. And we want to in particular thank Lynn Mickelsen for all of her support and being part of this at each and every year. We know that as we watch more and more of the runners come through the finish line, it is just mindful that we finishing what gets started and how important that is to us. Families that are lined up here cheering on their family members, got some signs down there. Can't wait for Stephen to come in. That should be pretty exciting. And as the runners wind down and relax and get caught up from the run, they have an opportunity to visit with some of the vendors that have been here. And Tire Care was one of them, but there are many that are specific to the running community. So we, with that, we are looking at being able to go into the future with the city of Cottonwood. We hope next year we've all invited the winners of the different divisions back to defend their titles, and that's something that we definitely want to have happen, so that next year, as we've built again, we've got over 600 runners this year, and we continue to build the marathon to even more than that. We will be taking a look. We will visit with some more of our sponsors a little later and some more of the winners. I know that Brian's out there talking to a few of the different runners as we speak, and hope to be able to bring you a discussion with some of them. We are there again. There are a few finishers that are crossing the finish line. It's pretty inspiring when you watch anybody who can do this, anybody who can accomplish this, and I am not one of them. Done a couple 5Ks, but it's inspiring. But when you watch some of the older people and the younger folks, it's truly evidence of what we can accomplish once we set our mind to it. We know that the whole community supports everybody, and maybe that's part of why it's possible that these people can get this done. We want to we would love to invite anybody that happens to be able to watch this. We hope that you're watching it after the race. If you were competed in the race, or if you're a family member, you can kind of get an idea of the beauty and how great this course is. I've heard many runners say that, again, while somewhat challenging, this course is really a great course to run, and the weather couldn't be much better than it is today. There's no doubt about that. In a few minutes, we're going to be talking again to some of the winners in our different divisions. But again, Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run 2013, the second year of the full marathon, 26.2 miles on a course that's considered a Category 5. The half marathon, the 10K, and the 2-mile run makes it something for everyone. And Cottonwood is a great place to visit. If you have not visited Cottonwood, if you've not come to participate in this run, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely got some advantages. So we continue to watch our runners cross the line, and we'll check in with some of the times. Hopefully we'll get some of the overall times here pretty shortly, and we're going to catch up with one of the winners. Brian's with them right now.
Are you staying up for the weekend? No, you won't.
No, I'm just staying for the day, and I'm going to go right back home and get in the pool.
Thank you very much, Pam. We are back here at the finish line. Congratulations to our first place winner, number 64, Sabrina. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what your time was?
I think it was 3:10.
Okay, that is just a great time. Do you want to describe the course for us?
It was beautiful. It was hilly, and that was hard, but it was beautiful.
Challenging, but maybe the views made up for it. Here in Cottonwood today, the weather not too warm?
Perfect temperature to run.
Perfect running conditions. And you're not from Cottonwood. Where are you from?
No, Goodyear.
Goodyear. Came up from Goodyear today. And, is this your first Brian Mickelsen experience?
It is.
Okay. Are you going to come back and defend your title next year?
Maybe. I'll bring some friends.
Good. I hope you do. Yes, absolutely. It keeps growing every year, which is great to see. Tell us about how much you run during the week.
I run maybe 5 times a week, and a long run on the weekends.
Okay.
On hills.
Okay. So you got your hill practice in for this run, and your next big race. Do you have that planned?
Yes, Whiskey Row in 2 weeks.
Oh, you're coming back to Prescott. That's awesome. I hear that's also a challenging course. Have you done that one before?
No, I haven't, but I've wanted to do it.
It's beautiful. Keep practicing on the hills.
Yes, for sure. That's what I hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great. I'm glad to see you coming up north to do some running in northern Arizona, and we look forward to seeing you next year. And again, congratulations, first place. You know, if you're first place, you're locked into defending your title next year. Even if you don't want to come back, you have to.
Pressure, for sure.
All right, Sabrina, thank you so much for making your way up, and congratulations on a great time. Our first place winner in the full marathon here from this 5th annual event.
Congratulations, Sabrina. Thanks, Brian. That was it's again another one of those inspirations. Sabrina from Goodyear, up from that area. Who wouldn't want to come to Cottonwood as opposed to the heat of down in the valley? This morning was beautiful. Sabrina made a great run. There's no doubt about that. Great times for everybody today, and I know that just by virtue of the fairly mild, relatively mild climate, I hope that it was something that was easy on the runners, or easier than it might have been, and that staying hydrated and the temperatures being a beautiful 50-ish, 55-ish degrees now by the time they're finishing the run, should be pretty good. As we continue to watch even families continue to cross the finish line and taking in this great weather, finishing the 2013 Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run in whichever category they chose to compete. And we're going to take a very short break, visit with a couple of our sponsors, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.